In the towering peaks of the mountain kingdom of Avaris, a story of magic, power, and ultimate redemption unfolds. Imagine a King Thalan who stumbled upon a discovery that would change everything, a glowing, otherworldly crystal. This was no ordinary stone. It promised eternal life and power beyond his wildest dreams. And for a time, it was a golden age. King Thalan was a benevolent ruler, a protector. But centuries are a long, lonely road. As the world changed around him, a chilling fear took root in the king's immortal heart. He became obsessed with preservation, with keeping his beloved kingdom and its people safe from the ravages of time and conflict. His solution was as terrible as it was born from a twisted sense of love. Using the crystal's immense power, he turned every living soul in Avaris into stone, freezing them in a perfect, unchanging moment. He called it eternal safety. In reality, it was an eternal prison. The vibrant city fell silent, a beautiful, tragic sculpture garden ruled by a lonely king. Generations passed. The story of the Frozen Kingdom became a whispered legend, a ghost story told to children. But one young girl, Lyra, believed, guided by the vivid tales her grandmother had passed down, she felt the silent sorrow of avarice calling to her. With unwavering courage, she journeyed into the petrified city, a single warm breath in a world of cold stone. Her footsteps echoed where laughter once rang out. Finally, she reached the throne room and stood before the eternally youthful, yet profoundly weary, King Thalan. He saw her as just another fleeting life, another threat to his perfect, silent world. But Lyra didn't draw a sword. Instead, she drew a simple wooden flute from her pack. The music she played was not a song of war, but of memory. Ancient melodies her grandmother had taught her, melodies that resonated with the king's long-forgotten humanity. Through the music, Thalan saw visions, a child laughing in a field of wildflowers, the warm embrace of his queen, the cheers of his people during a festival. He saw the man he used to be, full of love and life, before the crystal's cold promise consumed him. A tear, the first in 1,000 years, traced a path down his stone-like face. He saw not a protector, but a jailer. He saw what he had become. With a final, heart-wrenching cry of realization, King Thalan raised his scepter and brought it down upon the glowing crystal. It shattered into a million shimmering shards. A wave of golden light washed over the city, and the stone statues began to stir, life returning to their frozen limbs. The curse was broken. As his people awoke, blinking in the sudden light, they saw their king. The spell of immortality broken, centuries caught up to him in an instant. He aged, his hair turning to silver, his face wrinkling with the wisdom of ages, until he crumbled into dust, a peaceful smile on his lips at last. He had finally found his own release, and in his final act gave his kingdom back its future. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible story.